You will never be able to sell until you fix this one thing. Welcome, and in this video, I'm glad to share with you some tips that is going to take your business to the next level to where you can sell almost anything that you have. All right. Welcome in. My name is Dee Giles. I am a wealth and transformation coach where I help people take their business to the next level, grow their offer, and absolutely scale online. So welcome in. Listen to this really quick. Most people struggle with sales, and they struggle with sales because of that salesy mentality, right? So I'll give you a little context really quick. I used to work in the banking industry. Not only am I a coach, but I'm also a minister, right? But I used to work in the coaching industry, and I want you to lean on in a little bit. There was a certain bank that I worked for where all the time we had to sell like everything. We had to have at least, I believe it was 3 sales a day. It didn't matter how it came, we had to sell it a day. In all the training that I got, I don't remember them talking about believing the product that you were selling, right? And so as I'm coming to you right now, I want you to look at selling as not selling. I want you to look at selling as service. I'm going to be looking down on my notes really quick, simply because I want to make sure that I give you every single detail that I have took down in my notes for you. And I want to be able to deliver that at a great rate. All right. So listen, most people struggle with sales because they focus on the wrong things, forcing the sell instead of creating a demand. The offer that you have, someone needs to have a demand for it. You heard of the law of supply and demand. Listen, the reason why I buy extensions is because there's a demand for extensions. I want it. If you have an offer that nobody wants, then it's time to reconsider the offer. Before you even start on an offer, you have to see if the market is actually demanding it. All right. So by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why you're struggling and the steps to fix it. I'm going to help you with that. All right. So here's the first thing. Sales is not about you. It's about them. Lean in. Lean in. It's about your customers. It really is. I know a lot of the times it's cliche for people and they're like, what? Like, I'm selling this product. They got to want it. It's about the market. Does the market want it, right? People don't buy products. They buy the transformation. This is something that I had to learn a long time ago. I'm going to say it one more time. People don't buy products, they buy the transformation. It's not about me buying, for example, this hat that I'm wearing right here. It says God's favorite. I love it because once I wear it with the right outfit, it gives me a certain elevated look. The reason why I'm wearing red lipstick is not because the product of red lipstick. I'm buying it because of the transformation of it giving me an elevated look. You get what I'm saying? See right here? So anytime you walk into the mall and you hear they say, hey, let me straighten your hair really quick so you can see how this flat iron makes your hair feel. They're not trying to sell you the product because you can buy thousands of flat irons. They're not trying to do that. They're trying to sell you the transformation of how that certain flat iron makes your hair feel. A lot of the times when you buy a flat iron, your hair might feel rough. It feels like it's breaking, but there are flat irons that actually seal in the moisture. Do you get what I'm saying? So now you're thinking about, my hair won't break in the long run, right? It will actually be silky smooth like how I like it. Plus, I don't have to worry about breakage, okay? Selling isn't convincing, like I said earlier, it is serving. We are. Now, I am, because I am a born again believer, a Christian. I believe in serving. And when you're selling someone, you are not trying to be this person who is trying to rob people, right? You're not trying to take advantage of them. You are serving them at the highest level, making sure that what you are trying to give them, that they actually need. That's why there needs to be a demand for what you are providing to them. Say it with me, a demand, a market demand, because I am serving. All right. If you're struggling to sell, it's likely because you're focused on your product. I've been there before. I had a program where I was so focused on selling the program and not really focused on selling, like on really the transformation. Every single time I would have a conversation. I want you to think of sales as just conversations. You don't have to switch up. You don't have to change your pitch. Don't have to change. A lot of people, when they start selling, they start going really fast. You can tell when they're getting into the sales part of their pitch because they start going really fast, right? Instead, think of sales as conversations. So I used to sell the product instead of the transformation. So I'll be like, hey, in this coaching program, we're going to meet like twice a month. And, you're going to get this, you're going to get a Slack, you're going to get all this, instead of telling them that, hey, by the end of this coaching program, not only is your business going to grow, we're going to help you 10x your business, but your business is going to have more visibility. You're going to have more leads. That's transformation. People are like, that's what they want to hear. Like, what am I going to get after this? I want you to think of it like this. When you go to the gym, right? The New Year's Eve people, not New Year's Eve, New Year's resolution people. When you go sign up for the gym, you're thinking about the transformation. You're thinking about having your body ready for summer. Hello, ladies, right? Or men. You're thinking about having your body ready for summer. You're not thinking about, I'm going to work on this machine. You're selling me this machine. You're selling me this sauna. No. When I signed up for the gym, I started thinking about, man, my body's going to be fit. I'm going to feel really healthy. I'm going to have energy. I'm going to feel really relaxed when I go to the sauna. Sell the transformation, right? Instead of your product, you have to sell the transformation. For example, Apple doesn't sell iPhones. They sell status. Think about that. I remember when our mentor was telling us about that. He says, iPhone doesn't just sell iPhones. They're not in the business of technology and phones. They're in the business of status. Think about that. A lot of people buy Chanel not for the purse. Everyone else can make like a purse like Chanel. They can make some clothes out like Chanel. I mean, for goodness. I mean, sometimes half the things don't even look good. Let's just be honest, right? They sell it for status, connection, and simplicity. iPhone is in there for connection and simplicity. I love my iPhone because I know how to work it. You throw me a Samsung, I'm sorry in advance to all my Android users. You throw me that and I don't know what to do with it because I'm completely used to an iPhone, right? People buy based on emotion, but they justify with logic. I'm going to say it again. People buy on emotion, but they justify with logic. Your job is to make them feel something. And when I say this, from us being in a Christian background, it's not to be manipulative. It's to make them feel something. It's to make them, hey, how would this make you feel? I can show you, for example, I love candles, right? This is a candle that you light, of course, it's one of those. But I love real candles, right? So when someone is selling me a candle, if you just hand this to me, I won't buy it. But if you tell me, can you imagine, or if there's a picture on there that's making me imagine a fall cozy day with my sweater, sitting near my fireplace, reading my Bible, and all of a sudden the candle's there, and it's a good scented candle, hopefully a good healthy one. If y'all know one, let me know. Right, scented candle. You have sold me on that candle. It smells good. It feels good. It creates the environment, the atmosphere that I want when I'm reading my Bible. I am going to buy that. It's the same thing with your offer. People want the transformation. Stop selling them the product. Stop saying, come into my course, come into my course. Half the times when I have a challenge or I have a call or anything, I'm not selling people on my offer. I'm selling them on the things that the transformation that can take place for their benefit. I'm serving them at the highest level. When someone is sick, you don't come in there and you say, hey, I have this degree here, this degree here. No, they want to know, like, what can you do for them? Obviously, they know you have something because they've come in to see you, but they want to know, how can you help make them feel better? What relief can you give them? All right. So here are some things I want to share with you really quick. Here's a strategy. Master the 3 pillars of selling. Number 1, belief in the offer. You have to believe in the offer you have. That's how it was when I was selling at the bank. I started to realize, I was like, wait a minute, do I actually believe in the product that I'm selling? Selling would not be so hard if I actually believed in the product. It's just like when someone is selling you a great car, like a Mercedes-Benz. They believe in the safety of the Mercedes-Benz, so they're selling it to you because they really, truly believe in it. Now, when you have someone who can just sell anything, half the times they don't believe in that, but they might know how to manipulate your emotions, right? But for you and for me as believers, we're not out to do that. We are out to see and say, hey, I'm going to sell you on the transformation of what my offer can do, right? If you wouldn't pay for it, would anyone else? I want you to think about that for a second. Take a look at your offer and say, would I pay for this offer? Seriously. I will share this with you. Before I got to this point in my coaching business, before I got to this point here where we're cranking out 10K and 20K and 30K, before I got to this point in my coaching business, there were some offers that I had. I actually questioned each time, you tweak and you tweak. And I said, would I actually pay for this? And then there was a time I said, wait, what's the transformation? And once I started seeing the transformation, I said, why would I charge this much for this little transformation? And then I went back and tweaked because I wanted to make sure I gave someone a return on their investment. Number 2, understanding the buyer's journey. People go from unaware, problem aware, solution aware, and ready to buy. So you have to understand their journey, right? I believe Google said now it used to be 7 touch points people needed to have with you before they would actually turn into buyers, before they can actually like, know, and trust you. And now it has actually turned into 10 touch points. I remember hearing that from Daniel Priestley. It was 7 touch points, and from Google, 7 touch point. New statistics as of 2025 had come about of 10 touch points. And I truly believe that has a lot to do with people not trusting people anymore. So people have to really build that layer of trust before they take money out of their pockets to pay you. They really have to trust that you're going to bring the transformation. I've met several people who've done coaching programs who said the coaching program has done nothing for them. And I'm like, wow, no transformation. People can talk, but it's when you really have to see some of the work that they've done to see if they've really accomplished what they've said they accomplished. Okay? Take that advice. So people they go from unaware, problem aware, solution aware, and ready to buy. Number 3, irresistible offer. Your offer must be a no-brainer, right? The value has to be far more worth than the price they're paying. They have to be able to look at the value and say, there's so much value. I would be a complete fool not to take this on, not to join your program, or if it's not a program, it's a product, not to take your offer. It would do me wrong, right? I've met people who are selling natural fitness vitamins. And I'm like, wow, they're so it's so good, especially if you're struggling with hormones, cortisol, and stress levels, and your energy is low. And then they offer you something that's natural, and you're like, this will actually work. Or they give you a program and say, I can give you a program that can help your body where you're not stressing it out. The moment I find out those things, I'm like, sign me up. I'm that person. If you're a fitness person out there, I'm your girl. I'm like, sign me up. Not only fitness, but nutrition and the woman's body and hormones. Sign me up because you're selling me a transformation. I'm not even looking at the price of your drops, your vitamins. I'm like, I just want to be healthy, feel good, and live a long life, right? So I can enjoy time with my children and everything. So once you start looking at selling as conversations, you truly believe in your offer. You're making someone aware of something. It's just like when someone comes and tells me, oh, I know why you're tired, Dee. You're tired because your cortisol levels are high. You're tired because your hormone levels are high. When people tell me that, I'm like, you know what you're talking about. I just became aware. I became problem aware. Now I became solution aware, and I'm ready to buy. All right. So here's what you need to do. My nose is kind of bothering me for 1 second. I'm going to take a little napkin here. Allergy season. And then I am going to give you guys these tactics that's going to help you really quick. It's allergy season, y'all. Didn't even edit that out. That's how raw it is. All right. So here it goes. My husband always taught me this with the sales formula. He says there's problem, agitate, and then solution, right? You identify the problem that the person is going through, or your target audience has. You're identifying the problem. So problem, agitate, solution, right? Amplify the problem. Amplify the problem meaning, hey, I identified, I see what problem it is. Now let me talk about it a little bit. I'm amplifying. That's what amplifying is. You're sounding. So here's your problem. And you tell the person their problem. And then all of a sudden you present your offer as the only solution to their problem. Yes. I'm in your bubble. I am your only solution right now. There's several different solutions and you can go chase them, but I know for a fact my solution works, right? Example, you're struggling to get clients. The real issue isn't your marketing, it's that your offer isn't clear, right? That's what I do for messaging, right? Some people are like, I do great marketing, but nothing's converting. Your message isn't clear. It's not resonating. See how I amplify the problem? And now I'm going to tell them, but in my offer, I teach people how to get their messaging clear. So not only will you have the great leads coming in from great messaging, it'll be the quality, the people that understand what you offer, but now you have a whole ecosystem and now you're able to market well where your money will not be wasted. They're like, what? Yes. All right. Another thing, another tactic is using storytelling over selling. Storytelling is selling. People don't realize it. People connect to you because they connect to the very story that you have. They connect to what you do. Once I started realizing that a lot of people were connecting with me because not only was I kingdom minded, right, but I am ministry in the prophetic arena. And not only that, you have to look at it as that I am also a woman that has a background of, my family has been through some things spiritually. And then also I'm in business. So it's like, oh, all these can mingle. I don't know about for anyone else, but I'm going to stay true to who I am. And so a lot of people are like, they connect to me. So when I begin to tell people stories of how we failed and we made it and we failed and we made it. And at one point living with my in-laws, like different things, people are like, I connect to your story. How did you do this? Share stories, share about ups and downs, what you're willing to be vulnerable about. But people connect to stories, okay? Instead of saying buy my course, share a transformation story. It can be your story. It can be a story about how you help somebody transform, how you help someone who already came to you. Maybe they came to you with an idea already, but all you did was made a few tweaks and their business exploded. Or you can share your own story about how, hey, I came, like, for example, I came from the banking world. I was working in a 9 to 5. God gave me an idea and I started to put that idea together. The first few times I did it, it didn't work out. The business failed. All right. And then I did it again and I saw something successful, but I got burnt out because I didn't understand the proper methodology of doing this. And so although I had something, it wasn't sustainable. And then the third go around, I finally figured it out into something sustainable, right? To where, listen, I've been left my 9 to 5 a long time ago. That's the way that I thought I was going to go, right? I'm also in ministry. So I had to figure out a way where I can be in ministry, love what I'm doing, just like Paul, and support the mission that I'm doing with the finances, business finances that I have, alongside what? Having a business ministry. Like, who does that? And as a woman, and have kids, and a homeschooling mother. There were several different things, and I had to learn how to just balance it all. And so when I tell people that, they're like intrigued. So how now do you make 10K, 20K, 30K a month? How do you do that? And I'm able to explain. You get what I mean? So stories, people start connecting, and then they want to hear more. All right. For example, there's another example I can give you. You can say a person went from 0 sales to 10K in 30 days after you giving them one strategy, right? We have plenty of those results of people. We just give them one tweak, one strategy of people that we help make millions of dollars in a year, big corporations, big ministries that we've helped. You just have to document the transformation. I'll give you this example. We were on a sales call one time. And I was doing my sales call thing and everything was going great. And my husband comes along and my husband's talking about all the transformation, just the transformation that he's done for other people. And all of a sudden the sales call closed. Like, it was great. We closed the call because of the transformation. So sometimes it's not about the selling. It's about the stories, because the stories do sell. Make sense? All right. So from one of my favorite people, Russell Brunson, also, here's another way, is the offer stacked. Instead of selling just a product, stack bonuses to increase perceived value. I'm giving you guys nuggets here, things that I learned from my husband way before I got into these things, right? A lot of the times we're selling product, but if you start to offer stack and show people all the bonuses and the value that they're getting, people see this perceived value and they want it, okay? Also, the price versus cost close. This is very important. A lot of the times we don't talk about the price. We don't talk about the cost as much. We say, you know what, this is an investment. You can say it's an investment and then you can highlight the cost of inaction, right? Because sometimes people are like, I have to pay $5,000 for a program, or $10,000, or whatever you're paying these days, or, $2,000 for a course. And then you say, let me ask you a question. What would be the cost of you not doing it? Would you still be in the same boat? I've met people who are in the same space they've been in for 10 years. For 10 years, you keep looking for a solution, but it's cost you, where you've stayed in that same spot. It never shifted because you refuse to make an investment in yourself. I liken that into vacation, right? I used to be that person's like, I don't think, I'm too busy. And I felt guilty of even taking some time out to rest. And a lot of ministers and business people feel this way. And there's some people who are like, no, I'm going to rest by all means necessary. And for me, I just didn't see that. I looked at it as I'm taking away time from something else. But then I was like, what does it cost me not to actually rest, not to actually go somewhere and take my mind off of all work, to let my body rest and refuel and do what it needs to do? It's actually better for me to do that so I can be a better person to my husband, my children, in my business, with the creativity sparks. You have to ask yourself, what's the cost of inaction? For example, if you don't fix this, how much will it cost you in lost sales over the next 6 months? These are the things that you have to absolutely think about when it comes to selling. So people can't sell. The reason is because they don't know how to connect, and because they look at sales as being salesy. You don't have to be like those people. You can be like normal human beings who sell by conversation. Believe in your offer. Make it irresistible. Make people aware. Problem, agitate, solution. Identify the problem that's in the market. You agitate that problem that's in the market by making people aware. That's what agitate is. I'm Haitian, so I'll be like agite, like stir something up, right? And then you present your offer as the only solution that is able to help your audience. I really hope that this was able to help someone today. If it was, I want you to go ahead and leave me a comment down below and tell me how. Tell me how it worked for you and what you love about it, and see what other video I can come with up next time to really help you in your business. All right. So here is the steps to take today. I'm going to give it to you. Fix your messaging. Focus on the transformation and not the product. Fix it. The moment you start to work on the transformation, like even in your reels, in your posts, you're going to see a whole different engagement because you're focused. People feel things. When you're just giving them statistics, there's going to be some people who relate to that and some people who don't, right? Nail down an irresistible offer. How can you make it better? How can you offer stack? What bonuses can you include? Because my husband and I have done so many coaching programs, not a lot, but when we joined them, we started to see the missing components. We're like, okay, that's missing that. If they had this would be great. Sometimes it might be you're not so great at another thing, but maybe you can collaborate with someone else so that your offer can be amazing. Okay. Use storytelling in your sales process. Facts tell, like you can use facts, right? But stories, they sell. Okay, like facts, you're telling stuff, but stories, they sell. Like stories, when people tell me stories, I'm like, and more? Tell me more. Oh, and I remember, I'm just story driven. And make your price a no-brainer. Shift from cost to value. It's a no-brainer to work with you. Like, I don't even want to, I'm going to find a way to pay you because it's just a no-brainer with all the value that you're going to give me and that you're going to give me. And guys, because we are believers, kingdom, and we are people of our word, integrity, we're going to make sure that we deliver on that. Deliver on it. It is key, okay? So if you got any value from this video, I want you to drop a comment down below. And I cannot wait to come back to you next time and share some wonderful tips that is going to absolutely change your life and change your business. It's time to level up. If you believe that, I want you to leave a comment down below and say it's time to level up. All right. See you next time. God bless.